I know I said that I wasn't going to be coming back to Risk of Rain 2 after the previous video, but it was just... that ending was just too unsatisfying. And I mean, between so much blood, sweat, and tears shed on and off stream, I could not let it go just at that point. I had to get at least one solid win in against Mithrix, which I finally, after, well, I don't even know if I want to say how long I've spent in the game now, have finally gotten it in the way that I want to, with Commando, normal difficulty, no artifacts, etc., and so on. The default way to play. Finally beat this guy. Make no mistake, this does not mean that I like Mithrix as a fight or anything. It's just, I knew that I had to at least beat him once. No, I actually find Mithrix I find pretty frustrating, because this is a game that's all about having difficulty scale on how quickly you're going through it, and, you know, a boss that has 4 distinct phases that can take, I mean, as you can see in the video, like 15 minutes when you might only spend a half hour going through the run in the first place is kind of ridiculous. Also, the whole one-on-one battle when a huge amount of items, maybe like over half of the items in the game, only work when you're fighting multiple enemies at once is, I don't know, it's kind of a weird design choice for the final boss. But I mean, I'm not here to fight the final boss that I want to fight. I'm here to fight the final boss that exists in the game, and that is exactly what I did. I mean, one of the most helpful things that I got here was right before this fight, I opened up all the lunar buds over on the island that you find to the right coming up to this arena, and managed to get the Corpse Bloom item, which doubles your healing but makes it over time, and an item that replaces your dodge shift move with one that makes you invincible and heals a percentage of your health. Also lets you have a little limited form of flying, but still, it's enough. The invincibility and everything was enough to really dodge a lot of the attacks. Even with a 6-second cooldown, it's like the healing and everything meant that I wasn't in too much danger as long as I was not getting hit by every single attack possible. Thank you. I mean, I guess the other MVP of this fight is probably the 2 sets of stuffed animals I had, and not just I can't remember, Tougher Times I think it's called, which blocks hits occasionally, as you saw right there, but also Dio's Best Friend, which revives you once. Does that mean I die in this fight? Well, I didn't say that. Oh yeah, one of the other things is that Mithrix has adaptable armor, so you can't just burst them down super quickly. I was thinking, it's like, if I had the chance to take something like Shaped Glass, you know, half health, double damage, it's like I probably would have chose to do that, but in retrospect, it might not have been a good idea, because he does gain a significant amount of armor after getting hit a lot. I don't know, it's just, it's a very... I gotta say, it's like, ultimately, in the end here, I actually did kind of enjoy Risk of Rain 2. It's just this final boss soured the experience so much. I find Mithrix so frustrating to fight. But hey, at least there are alternate ways to beat the game. It's just, it didn't feel right doing so, you know, saying, hey, I got an obliteration on Monsoon difficulty. By the way, I am using the skin that you get specifically for that. Because, you know, you got this big, huge, multi-phase boss. As much as I dislike it, you know, it is still the true end of the game. Even though there is some justice in having me be obliterated at an altar in terms of my relationship with this particular game. Oh boy. Commando's also just, like, not a great character. I usually like playing with default characters in games. I mean, even against my better judgment. Some might say incredibly stubbornly, but it's like, that's the way I wanted to do it. Come on. And as you can see right now, even with some pretty decent items here, like I got good criticals, a lot of attack speed and everything, still not really dealing a whole lot of damage. I mean, this should be more or less the cooldown phase of the fight, and I'm still kind of struggling to kill these dudes. But hey, I mean, part of the thing with having that shift and the Corpse Bloom to up the healing that I get from my shift move is to make it so that I have a lot of survivability more than anything else. I mean, I can really take a beating, and that's good, because a lot of the attacks that Mithrix does, especially in the third phase will kill you in one hit. Or at least will kill me in one hit. I don't know. Maybe that's probably not true for other characters. Although I couldn't even imagine trying to fight this guy with like a melee character. I mean, I would think that like the loader or the mercenary probably has better stuff for going up against him. You know, at least like more shields and everything. I don't know. Hard to say. I know that the loader's main ability, hitting enemies, gives her shields, is one of the major ways that I would go about doing command runs when I was grinding out some lunar coins to make sure that I had all of the lunar items that I could possibly have for this fight. Hey, those things don't come cheap, but, you know, easiest mode possible, command artifact, you just run through, fight the super special bonus boss you get at the obliteration route. It's not too bad at all, especially if you're using the general strategy I had, which was Aegis plus high critical plus the scythe item that gives you healing when you get critical. Basically, whenever you heal above your full health, which if you have enough critical and you're healing on critical is very easy to do, you can just have shield permanently. So yeah, I could see maybe like loader would be better, but still, it's like, oh man. Any way you cut it, I think Mithrix is going to be a pretty rough fight. Also took the mercurial, I don't know, spine, whatever it's called, even though it's probably helping the enemies more than it's helping me out in this fight. I don't know, I just loaded up every single item that I possibly could without thinking about how it would affect the run, and... well, I mean, we're here right now, so I guess it worked. I mean, I don't have really consistent criticals, but at least I get a critical every time the what is it called? Aspect of the drowned. Can you hear that sound? It's the aspect of the drowned. Points for anybody that gets that. Yeah, but that's at least making it so that even though I don't really have too much choice in when I get criticals, I get it from my active item pretty often. Ocular HUD is whenever it's active for a couple seconds, every hit you do is critical. It's nice, but it's not like Breaking Bank. It's just, hey, I got synergy with that sort of stuff, increase attack speed and everything whenever I get criticals. So there's something there. It's not a lot, but I mean, considering the thing that I actually wanted to get, the Moon Tonic, you know, just ups all of your stats entirely. This attack I hate so much. Pretty easy to dodge, I think, but I don't know. It's so rare that I even get to this part of the fight to even get some chances in on there. But yeah, the tonic, which raises your stats, heals you a little bit, and, you know, just a lot of speed, a lot of attack power whenever you use it is what I wanted to get with the aspect of the drowned, so that I could just have that pretty much constantly available to myself in this fight. Didn't really manifest itself. Instead, I got 2 gold portals, which, again, there's no teleporter in this fight, so they're pretty much useless. Even though I did get a lot of experience and a lot of, well, a couple extra items for doing that. Legendary, in fact, the Vulture Crown, which again is something that does not even activate in this fight. That's just, it's like I said, it's just such a weird decision for Risk of Rain 2 to have a boss that really does make a, you know, kind of doesn't work well with a lot of the mechanics of the game. I've harped on it quite a bit, even in this video, but especially on like streams. It's just, for a boss this hard, I just find that kind of frustrating. Well, of course, but if you came into this video expecting me not to complain at least a little bit, that is my relationship with this game, unfortunately. As you can see, whittling him down slowly, but whittling him down surely. It's a really bad area to get into. Thankfully, like I said, the whole like go invincible for even a small amount of time thing is just super helpful here. Also, the fact that I'm not getting, I think it's the 3 infusions that I have, I'm not getting completely moidalized as soon as I get hit by that attack is doing wonders. Because it's like I can heal up pretty well, it's just yeah, one shot, one kill still means my end regardless. It's like that is something that I did kind of plan on, and anytime that I saw the opportunity to get infusion, which happened pretty early in the run, which is very nice, that I definitely took it. It's got to come right up next to me. It's the hardest to dodge. Yep, that's no good. At least I got the heal in there. No, wait, no, I don't. Maybe jump the gun on the shift move, but that's why I had Dio. I mean, even at the time, I was just like, but hey, that's why I have Dio. That's the item that I got for doing the Void Field, so I think I can conclusively say that was completely worth it. Although I took every single opportunity to go into side routes as much as I could. Whether it was just finding the Newt statue to go into the bazaar, or, like I said, 2 gold altars to fight 2 gold Aurelians. Aurelius? Whatever that guy's name is. Even if it wasn't going to do too much for this fight, the ability to have just a couple extra items and a little bit of extra experience, I think, was basically essential. All right. Still slow, but for the most part, it's like I have been, with the exception of that one very bad combo, I've been pretty good about not dying up until this point, so I think it was pretty obvious that I would have been able to do that. And hey, 4th phase. The final, when you get all of your items taken. When people were telling me about Mithrix, they're just like, this is the part of the fight, unquestionably. Like, this is the roughest and toughest part of it, and I don't know. I didn't really get that nearly as much. I know that in recent patches, he had been apparently nerfed quite a bit to not actually have nearly as much health as he used to, but I don't know. I think that even if he had double the health, it's like, yeah, it would have been annoying, but I would have been able to dodge around this just the same. It's not too bad at all. That said, his healing is a little bit frustrating, but I mean, at least I got my shift item back pretty early on in this, so that's good for me. Also, I don't know, something about like the icons just like hopping in and out of his pockets and like back into my pockets is just, I don't even know what to think. It's very cheesy looking. Anyway, one of the things I didn't really think about too much when I was doing this fight, but probably in retrospect I should have paid a lot more attention to, is the fact that he does still have the Tesla coil, which, although that hasn't really been doing me too much good in this fight, it's doing him a lot. And as soon as I kind of realized why I was taking so much damage there, even if it wasn't enough to kill me, I really backed off a lot. And one of the major things you can do with the Commando is not fire from a pretty big distance away. It's like the Tesla coil is annoying, but it wasn't anything that was going to really break the bank. I mean, it's good for the rest of the game when enemies are very tightly packed and can be taken down pretty easily by that. That said, it's not like I was going to really be and there we go, got it back now. It's not like I would even it's not like I could even trade that out for anything else by this point in time. I just took it because I took every opportunity to get a legendary item that I possibly could and left it at that. Now, thank God I got the Gore's Tomes back. Hey, fuck you, Mithrix. You deserve this. Now, why is the moon blowing up? Why do you have a kill switch at... whatever. I don't even care. Look, I got in there. I shotgun blasted his big, stupid triangular face a couple times. I'm satisfied with how that went. And now on top of the 4 phases, you also get an escape sequence. It's, you know what? For a game that's supposed to be about going fast and everything, I think this is a kind of a reasonable ending, but it's like, oh, man. The journey to get there. If I didn't have that Dios, I still would be going up against Triangle Man, but thankfully I did have it, and the nightmare is finally over. This would probably be kind of difficult, but I do have the, Red Whip item that gives you pretty fast run speed when out of combat, of which there is absolutely no reason to be in combat right now. It's like, yeah, it wasn't, it's not like it was real close or anything. There's also like some of the fissure type of attacks around here. I don't think they're as powerful as they are in the fight, but either way, it's like even if I did get hit by them, it's just a one quick shift press for me to heal up most of that. There's not really too much else to be said. It's just kind of me sprinting towards the ending right now. Get some of those crab monsters that you will see in the void fields, and also occasionally on higher loop levels of play, they apparently have an instant death attack, which is mostly what I remember them for, ending what was otherwise a pretty good run of mine. Nipping that one right in the bud. That said, end should be right here. Yeah, there they are. Can't actually hit me with the whole shift attack, though. And one more of the Lunar Chimeras just down to attack you. Whatever, it's easy enough to run by those guys. And that is Risk of Rain 2.